Hey, good evening, and welcome to this Monday night's Reach Across Live with Paul Francis. I do hope you've had a pleasant and happy weekend, and I hope you did something outrageous and stupid. Why not? Live for today, let tomorrow look after itself. That's all I've always said. So, um, first of all, thank you. It's amazing the amount of text messages that I'm getting and emails that I'm getting that you're all enjoying both the shows. And yes, a lot of you've said, there's been a couple of times where you couldn't figure it out, but you're getting there. So stick with the format. Okay, definitely going to do that. Going to stick with this format, and going to be sort of doing my best to build the show up. But I can only do that with you. So let's have a look. Pop in hellos from Facebook already. Hi, Paul. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Sue. Evening all. And remember, if you might want to. I can't see who you are on Facebook. It just says Facebook user. Don't forget, you need to click that connection that says StreamYard. And if you click that StreamYard connection, your name will come up on my sort of where I am right now, basically. So I can see everything and be connected to you. And I'm just sort of looking here for the comments. And Mona Shipley. Hi, Mona. Welcome to the show. Lovely to see you. And just checking with everybody over here. So just to see over the comments. So Mona Shipley has joined us in that. And we've got YouTube people joining us, which is cool. I love all this. And what have we got in here? We've got evening from Jules. Jules, welcome, my darling, as always. And so all of you people who are part of this, Christina, welcome, my darling. Good to see you. All of you who are clicking in here and you haven't clicked that connection to StreamYard, do click it. There's nothing going wrong. It's just you're telling YouTube, sorry, but I'll start that again. You're telling Facebook that you're going to talk to me through StreamYard. That's all it is. You're not going to be signing up to something and giving away your house or anything like that. Just click on it, click on the connection that allows you to come through so I can see exactly who you are. And there's Mary. Hi, Paul from Mary. Welcome to the show. As always, please share the show. For the next 90 minutes, that's hour and a half, I have you all to myself. So, yeah, I don't know if that's Mary saying where would I find it. Then when you clicked onto it, there's something in there. Lynn, would you be so kind as to post up how everybody gets to get their name on the chat room here in StreamYard? So it's Reach Across Live, so therefore I'm going to be doing reads. I'm going to do Q&A, answering questions for you guys. Remember, the best way, or the best way to get yourself in line for a read is that you ask questions, okay? Because it builds up the energy. It allows me to link in with that energy. I'm opening up before you guys even got here. I was opening up and building the energy within the room with music and lights and candles and so on and so forth, smudging the room, and then inviting all the energies in who want to talk to you guys. Lois, you have, my darling, and welcome to the show. Lovely to see you. It's been a wee while since I've seen you, sweetheart. I hope you and Mom are doing well. Tell Mom I said hi. Roger and Faye are listening. Roger and Faye, welcome. You're listening in through Facebook, so therefore it just comes up and says Facebook user. So so please share the show. Lynn, if you can put up a connection there of how everybody gets to see their face and names on the show tonight, that would help a lot. Thank you. Hi, sir. Love and light, and hello from New Zealand. First time here, and I hope you're all well. Well, Colleen, is it Colleen or Call Ross? Welcome all the way from New Zealand. I do have a few friends and followers out there in New Zealand, and it's a pleasure to have you on our show tonight. Thank you for being here for the first time. It's very kind of you to take the time out of your day to be here. And did I say hello to that? Of course, my darling friend Sue Vinicombe is in the room. And Lynn, I did say hello to Lynn, and I did say hello to Jean and Christina and Mona. Just flicking back and making sure I'm not being ignorant and not saying hi to everybody. It's Colleen. And Colleen, do you know what your name means? There's a question for you. Do you know what your name means? Mona is in Truro. Where are we? I was just reading something. It jumps so fast. Diane, welcome to the show, darling. It was lovely to see you. Yeah, Lewis says yes, we're all doing well. Have been seeing a lot of Robins lately. Yes, indeedy. And so when you get those connections, then basically start sort of pushing that a little bit. Don't be afraid. You're not doing anything wrong by asking our connections and our energies to make, to push them that little bit more. In fact, when you're pushing your spiritual friends and family, okay, when you're pushing them, you're actually acknowledging the fact that they're around you. So think about it, Hardy. We've got an idiot on already. That just goes to tell you how good we are, that all the morons have got to jump in and try and try and steal people from our show. So and I'm not going to paint it in sugarcoat anymore. Anybody who jumps on the show and tries to steal you to do reads have not been vindicated by me. They have not been acknowledged by me, and I have one word for them: morons. So if they can't go off and work hard and build up their show, morons. Okay. And as you come onto my show, be prepared to be insulted. Okay. If you haven't come to me and said, "Hey, Paul, love your show, would love to get a mention or even become a part of your show," I'll talk to you. I will talk to you. I'll say, "Okay, come on, let's meet outside of this all. Let's have a good old chat." And I will talk to you and see how. I'm not testing you to see how good you are. I'm just seeing how you present. Okay. And if you present well and you can chat well and we can do a good conversation, the likelihood of you coming onto this show and chatting with me is very high. However, if you try to bounce into my show like that moron just did, then you're going to be bounced back out again and blocked permanently. And we'll report you to Facebook as well, because clearly you're a scam artist. Everybody's going, "Oh my God, he's on one tonight." Well, he is on one tonight, and I'll explain why in a moment. Yeah, we got an idiot already, Carl. So, Carl, do you know what your name means? Okay, of course I'm Irish. Listen to me, but that accent is it's taken me years to get down. Colleen it means Irish dancer. Did you know that? So Colleen would be known as an Irish dancer. So welcome, my darling pal, and I do hope you're going to be spending many evenings with us here. Jean Prescott says, "I'd love a reading tonight, please. I've not been well recently. Could do with an uplifting." Yes, Jean, but the best way to do, like I said, every week in, week out, if you want to get yourself in line for a read, ask questions, all right? Because that builds up the energy. That creates a connection between you, us, and them. And that helps me to link in with that energy, all that sort of more focused. My darling pal, Faye Ewing's just come in there, and I know Roger is right by her side, because he's always right by her side, because they're a beautiful couple. Yeah, says Lewis. I asked my grandma, the best thing to do is if I click on that, then I can see it up here and I can't have to keep chasing it. Yeah, I asked my grandma to give me a clear sign and I heard 4 clear knocks. Well, push it, my sweetheart. Say to her, "Okay, thank you so much for them 4 clear knocks. So what I want you to do, just to make sure it's you, do that, or try and get something in front of me that only you and I would know about." Okay. Now, there's a reason why I'm saying that, and I'll explain it in a minute. Yes, Faye, darling, I can see it. That's so you've clicked all the right things to get yourself in line for me to be able to see who you are. Mona says, "So Paul, what kind of questions are you talking about?" Well, think about it. What kind of question? If I was standing in front of you on a show, say if I was performing at the Hall for Cornwall tonight, and I opened up the floor to questions, what kind of a question would you ask me? Okay, think of it that way. I've got a Facebook user here says, "I'm really in need of a message right now. I would love to help you, but first of all, ask me questions, and B, see if you can click that little thing." So if you follow what Lynn clicked on there, so where's that link she had? She had a link there a second ago, so repost that link. Lynn has posted a StreamYard link onto Facebook today, and so if you click on that, give them permission to use your name and picture, you'll be able to be seen here in my chat room. Alrighty. Oh, I always thought that it was girls, so thank you for that clarification, says Call. Well, Colleen, it means Irish dancer, and I have no doubts that you have a bit of a kick in you. So Mary says, yes, I think I've got, yes, you have, Mary. Well done, you. So welcome. Why does questions actually help? Well, it helps because you're thinking about them, and so when you give enough energy, like I've said to you guys so many times, what you give off, you attract. So you're thinking about them, you're thinking about them in a loving way. You want a connection to them, and they want to connect to you. I absolutely guarantee you they want to connect to you. Now, before we get into going, oh my goodness, what a good medium he is. No, that's not the truth. That's not how it works. It's very similar to tuning in your radio, okay? Because I'm working on a certain frequency. They're working on a certain frequency. So I have to push my frequency up. They got to lower their frequency down until that happens. And the information comes through. And it comes through like that, like a download. It comes through sometimes pictorial. In other words, I see images. It could come through audio. I'll hear sounds, songs, connections to something or other. I'll hear names, but I hear what sounds like something. For example, my dear pal Roger's in the room tonight, okay? So I'll hear something that might sound like like that, or sounding name. So I will say to you, they're trying to talk about a name that sounds like Roger Raymond, something with an R sign to it, okay? But here's the big thing. A lot of people go, boom, who do I know by the name of Roger who's passed on? I didn't say that. I said they mentioned that name. So in my frame of reference, it means who they are, who's with them, or they want me to acknowledge somebody here, okay? So don't automatically assume that the person's name that I'm bringing up has crossed over. Open up your psyche out a bit, and make the connection to who. Think of it how I think of it: who it is, who they are, who they're with, and who they might want to spend. Look, we got another moron, Ojo. That's enough. There's Ojo. You're an idiot. Sort of. Any of these people come on, feel free to report them to Facebook. Now, there we go. Gina, hi Gina, welcome to the show, my darling. Lovely to see you as always, and I hope your show is going well, which I'm still waiting for another invite onto, by the way. Hint. How do you learn to clear out the business around you, the busyness around you when you want to receive messages? Oh, Colin, what a really cool question, first of all. It is more of it's kind of more of practice makes perfect, really, because when you start working, you're sort of like your mind. There's a thing that I refer to as mind noise. Okay, so what mind noise means is when you start working, you're starting to learn to meditate, and you're meditating, and you're starting. And I'm taking you on, say, for an example, led meditations. So that's meditation that I tell you what to do and where to go, and so on and so forth. But when I say red, you'll see a long pathway in front of you. Beneath your feet, there will be sort of stone, grass, maybe some moss, that kind of thing. Feel that beneath your toes. And your mind is creating that, okay? But your mind always says, oh, don't forget you need milk. Oh, don't forget you got to pick up the kids from school. Oh, don't forget that. So that's what I call mind noise, alrighty? So it's a matter of going back to what we were talking about, tuning. Okay, it's a matter of tuning out that mind noise and focusing on what you're trying to do. So how I get rid of the busyness that's going on around me, it really is a matter of practice. So constantly doing the led meditations that we were taught, and I'm teaching actually shortly. I'm doing a seminar very, very soon on how to meet your guides. Okay, so that seminar is only going to be 10 people, by the way. He says, actually, good idea, Paul. Wake up and pay attention. There you go. Look at the bottom of the screen. So, uh, all right, I'm just going to bring that back on again. There we go. Um, so how to meet your guide. So I will be taking you, first of all, foremost, I'll be talking to you guys all. So there's only going to be 10 people allowed in the seminar, and that's on the day seminar, okay? And then we've also got, so we got a mini seminar, which is one day, and then we got a weekend seminar, which will be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay, so both of those are coming up. I can have you working with your guides in the single day seminar. I can do that. Alrighty. I know how to get you there. I know how to get you involved and in front of your guides. Okay, but one repetition of that particular exercise isn't going to do it. You will have to continue to practice what I've given you. Alrighty. So it's a matter of refocusing, doing the exercise over and over. And whilst you're doing that exercise, you're practicing and you're automatically starting to push out that mind noise, because your mind wants to make that connection to your guides. Now, the reason, why do we connect to our guides? Well, think about it. Your guides have had many hundreds of years of experience on the earth. Many years of experience on the earth. And they will be coming in and they will be helping you. So when you've been getting that feeling of turn left, turn right, go forward, stop, think about this, and somebody presents you with an opportunity and you think, oh my God, that's so good. But there's something in the back of your head going, no, don't touch that. Okay. That's very likely your guide's getting involved with you. So why wouldn't you want to talk to them on a more open frequency or a more defined connection? So my first seminar, which will be the end of the month, will be how to meet your guides. So that's the very first one. So how you book onto that is you go onto my website, www.paulfrancis111.com, or you send me an evening. Gina, catch up with you soon, darling. Yes, I'd love to come back on the show. When you're done, I have a Thursday open, sweetheart. Yeah, I'll have to. We'll have to discuss that, because I have a show on Thursdays as well. So it's a matter of figuring. Actually, we'll figure it out, darling. It'd be lovely to come on, see you guys again. So those of you who want to get on to this seminar, you can either email me directly, Paul at, it's going across the bottom of my screen right now, Paul at paulfrancis111.com. So I'll read that again for everybody who's listening to us on FM tonight. So it's Paul at paulfrancis111.com. The easiest way is to go onto my website, paulfrancis111.com, and click on the connections there, or click on sending messages, and I will get all those messages. And once I have 10 people, I'll reframe what I was about to say. The first 10 people that sign up for the seminars, they're the ones. The rest of you are going to have to wait till the next seminar. Okay. So you need to say, right, Paul, I'm interested in the Meet Your Guide seminar. I want to do the day seminar, or I want to do the weekend seminar. So that's how we're going to be doing this. So, and Gina as well. Gina, if you're on your show, if you want to mention that I'll be doing a seminar for people to meet the guides, please do. Please feel free to share that with your friends and family. So let's have a look who we got here. I've got so many people going. I've got Diane Shows. Please tell us about your journey with spirit. Well, Diane, I want to say to you that my journey with spirit it would take at least 5 shows to share that with you, but I'll give you a defined breakdown of what we're talking about here. Basically, when I was young, when I was around about 5 years old, I remember connecting with people in my home in Ireland, and I would chat away to them, but I couldn't understand why I was getting these weird looks from my family members, my grandparents, etc. And they would say, "Who are you talking to?" And say, "The man, the man sitting over there." And they were like looking, and then basically they kind of figured out that maybe I had an imaginary friend. I didn't. The man was sitting there. I remember him being really, even as I close my eyes right now and I think about it, I remember him being so kind and so gentle and smiling at me with such a a warming, gentle smile. And he didn't say a lot to me. But I just remember him sitting there looking at me, and me looking back at him. But bear in mind, you're not going to have much of a conversation with a 5-year-old, are you? Think about it for a second. So it wasn't like we sat down and discussed the concepts of the universe. I remember him smiling at me. I remember him being so kind. And I'm thinking about it with my mind of today, not my mind of then, but my mind of today. He was kind of pale. But, that's all right. I didn't know what pale was. He was just in the room. He sat there. He smiled at me, very gentle. And he was there. And it was some weeks later that I saw a picture of this man, and I said, "That's him there. That's the man." And my grandmother said, "No, that's not him." I said, I'm telling you, that's him." And I remember us having kind of like what we would refer today as an argument, but it wasn't, because she was trying to talk to a 5-year-old. And I said, no, that's him. And I remember her voice distinctly saying, "It can't be, son. He died over 20 years ago." Okay, that's my first initial connection that I remember in dealing with spirit. Then there was multiples of other connections in multiples of ways since that. I think spirit was trying to figure out what was the best way of getting me to be able to be trained. So they pushed me on my way. I mean, I became a very big martial arts fan, big Bruce Lee fan, and all the different types of martial arts. So they got me into that, where my introduction to chi energy was, and learning how to meditate, learning how to balance the meridians, learning how to move energy around my body and outside of my body. And then moving more into, I remember thinking, I'm not really interested in the fighting side. I'm more interested in the spiritual side. Couldn't understand why. And then I'm jumping big chapters of a book that I'm writing at the minute called Walking with the Light. So that's what I'm saying, Dan. There's a book in writing at the moment, and I'm kind of bouncing through chapters here. I remember that everybody, including yours truly, including me, thought that I might end up becoming a priest, because I was getting so spiritual. And my uncle at the time was a bishop, and all of my family members, including my parents and my grandparents, including me, were all saying he has the calling to spirit. Okay, so we all thought that I was going to become a priest. So as I say, bouncing on through, my connections to spirit were starting to grow even more so. Now, as at this point, I want to say to you guys, I was still in Ireland. I had no idea what a medium was, and I'd never heard of psychics. Okay. But when I came over to the UK, it died off a wee bit and left me to try and get my feet under, where I was doing and where I was going. Then it came back with a vengeance. And as it came back with a vengeance, within weeks, and I'm telling you this, please trust me, within weeks of me reconnecting, I ended up on TV with Colin Fry and Tony Stockwell. So when they want to really bring you forward, they do it, and they do it really quickly. So, oh yes, I just got a screenshot. Let's have a look. Right, so I'm going to go back. A lot of people on that I can see. Yes, Sue, I can see you on there, my darling. Alrighty, so let me just go back down. Okay, Rachel Marston's in the room. Rachel, hi, welcome, Scouse. Lovely to see you. Right, so there's the questions. Paul Call says, do you have a family history of spiritual gifts? And was it passed down? Do you know? I'm the very first. Well, spiritual gifts, yes. My uncle was a bishop. And this kind of work, my grandmother, I remember my grandmother on my mom's side doing tea leaves. That's all I can remember. Nobody ever sat down to me and said, right, you know what, you're exhibiting all the symptoms of a medium. Nobody ever said that to me. In fact, nobody did. I kind of found it out by myself. Okay. In fact, I was watching a John Edwards show, and it was an introduction show that I first saw, and I went, "Oh my god! Oh my god! I think I'm a bloody medium." Because then it all made sense, and it was then that I went and did some training. Did some training with John Edward, and within weeks I was on TV. So they really want you to learn. They when they want to push you to learn, they do. But they push you in a way that suits you, not what suits them. They're very respectful of how you can actually move yourself forward at your pace in your way. Because I don't believe that there is any one way for a medium to work. I don't believe that for 1 second, because every medium is different, because every person's different, and every medium works in different ways. I just happen to work a lot like John Edward, or he happens to work a lot like me, one or the other. But with the difference between John and I is I'm very comedic in my sort of how I present. John's very staid and very matter of fact and focused and very sort of almost hypnotherapy. That's his way. I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just that's his way. I just do it differently. My ex-husband passed in 2000. I'll just bring this up. I want to bring that up there. So Sue says, my ex-husband, but before I read Sue, by the way, I just want to tell you guys that United Public Radio Network is how you're hearing me tonight. So the United Public Radio Network, 105.3 and 107.7 FM, and I'm coming to you live from the beautiful New Orleans tonight. And a huge thank you to all of the people of the United Public Radio Network, that's the UPRN, for having me on your fantastic network with such fantastic people who only just want to help. And when they said, would you like to do a show here? I went, yes, I would. Thank you. So we're coming to you live from New Orleans tonight on 105.3 and 107.7 FM. Now, Sue Vinicum says, my ex-husband passed in 2019, and I feel him around me since, but in the last few weeks, it feels different. It always felt heaviness in the air, but now it feels lighter and less dense when he's around. Is there a reason for that? What a fantastic question, Sue. There's multiples of reasons for that, okay? Number one, when you cross to the other side of life, okay, it's called the next life for a reason, okay? It's called the next life, okay? So I'm sorry to shatter everybody's illusions who's listening tonight. I'm sorry to shatter your illusions, but when you cross over to the other side of life, you don't get a cloud and a harp and a whole pile of grapes and off you go floating forevermore. It doesn't work that way. There is more to do, okay? You have another life, okay? So you have work to get on with. Now, when you, as soon as you let go of the mortal coil in the life we're in right now, so when Sue's husband sadly left us, and he will have basically woke up on the other side of life, he would have been met by his friends and family who had crossed ahead of him. So imagine what that's going to be like. Just think for a second, guys. Take a deep breath, close your eyes, and think of all of the people you've lost. Just think about them, okay? So with Rachel, it'll be her and Rachel and Lois. Rachel's mom, Lois's grandmother. With Sue, it'll be her husband, and all of the other people that who've left us, okay? And Mona says, I never got the chance to say goodbye to my dad. So imagine that. Think about those strongly at the moment. No. Now imagine you close your eyes and you wake up and they're all around you. All of these people. They're all around you. How do you think you're going to feel? How do you think you are going to feel when that happens? Just use the one word, P-A-R-T-Y, party. Because you're going to be like, oh my God. And they're going to be, hey, welcome. They're so full of love and so full of happiness that you've joined them. You're full of wonderment, bewilderment that you have seen them again. Then they start to orientate you as to where you are and what you're capable of, okay? Then you're able to see all of the people you just left, and they're distraught. So balance comes back into play. But your friends and family will start to comfort you over there, and they'll say, right, here's what you can do to help. Okay. Now in Sue's position, um, it was heavy at the beginning because he was trying to figure out ways of connecting. So the energy around you would have been quite heavy and quite strong, and let you know that he's there. Okay. But the more that you're getting on with life, the more that you're actually becoming more sort of picking yourself up, dusting yourself off, and starting to get on with life, they pull back more. And the more they're pulling back, the better you are doing. Please, 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 please trust me. They want you to do well. They don't want you to be set in mourning. Think about that again. If I flipped it over and I put you in spirit and them here, how long do you want to see them in tears and down and wrapping themselves in black and staying in and being completely sorrowful and in grief? How long do you want that to happen? And I know your response is going to be, I don't. Well, neither do they. So the more that I've said this pretty much every single show for the last XYZ years. If you want to honor those who have crossed, then be the best you can be here and now. Okay? Live life to the max, enjoy life, and get the best you can out of life. By doing that, you honor them as they've crossed on. You honor them because they can see you are making something of your life. Alrighty? They really get a little bit bent out of shape when you lock yourself away and you're constantly in tears and you're constantly creating if you're constantly creating that memorial to them. They don't like that, okay? Because they don't understand it. They go, well, I'm here happy and totally connected, but you're just treating me like I'm dead, okay? It's only the machine, that stops working. The spirit carries on, okay? So it will get lighter and lighter, Sue, the more that you re-embrace life, the more that you get on with enjoying life, and the more you get out of life, it will get lighter and lighter, okay? And that goes out to everybody. Now, in relation to Mona, where she says, I never got the chance to say goodbye, I'm going to bring that one up, actually, because I am feeling a bit of a connection to Mona. I never got the chance to say goodbye to my dad. That's very, very common, okay? And that's why I say on a regular basis, communicate, appreciate, and validate everyone in your life so a medium never has to do it for you. Once again, communicate, appreciate, and validate everyone in your life. What does that mean? Communicate, talk with the people you love. Appreciate what you have, what they bring to you, what you bring to them. Then validate them by telling them every day, hey, I am so happy you're in my life. Thank you. I love you so very much. In fact, we have a bit of a joke in our house. Even my youngest daughter, Maya, brought it up. She says, Dad, love you double, whatever you say, triple. So you think about that. I love you double, whatever you say. But I love you to the moon and back. Well, I've already said I love you double in that. So we have this little joke thing going on. The first person to get it in after midnight, they win that day. So you're telling somebody you love them, but you're making a bit of a game out of it, and it's great. It's a wonderful little game to have within your family threshold. Think about it for a moment. I love you double, whatever you say, triple. Right after midnight, if you get it in first, you go, oh, okay. You know, it's a great fun game to have. But here's the thing, my darling Mona. They don't really mind that you didn't get the chance to say goodbye. You carry with you sort of a level of guilt. Mona, while I'm bringing this information to you, either September or the 9th of a month is being significant here. I'm getting more than one energy around you. I'm getting three. I'm getting three energies around you that tell me that there is connections in dates, times, and places. Okay, so there may be more than one anniversary in a particular month or connect to a particular date. But I'm seeing the number 9, which usually means to me September or the 9th of a month. So even though you didn't get the opportunity to say goodbye to your dad doesn't see it that way. Okay, he sees how he can connect to you. He's not bothered by goodbye because as far as he's concerned, He's not gone. All right. If he's able to interact with you, he sees you every day, then goodbye doesn't really come into it. What I would suggest, if you're in Mona's position, if you're in a position where you never got the opportunity to say goodbye, then sit down quietly, have a picture of the person in your hand if you wish, or something that connects you to them in your hand if you wish, and just say to them, do you know what? I miss you. I never got the chance to say goodbye to you in the physical, but I want you to know I'm happy that you're no longer connected to pain, misery, and stress. But I want you to have a wonderful and beautiful life in the next life until I see you again. Now, those words, your friends and family in spirit, they will get that like a prayer. And they get prayers like energy. It's energy to them. And I see that in the forms of musical notes. Okay. So when they show me musical notes, they tell me that they get the prayer. Now, the prayer doesn't mean, a specifically stated prayer like the Lord's Prayer, like Our Father who art in heaven. Yes, I get that as notes as well. But if you turn around and go, I really miss you. I loved you so very, very much. Thank you for everything you did in my life. They get that as a prayer, and they get that as an amazing energy. And I see it as musical notes. So it is a great time. Take the time out, Mona. Just sit quietly on a chair, a favorite chair, at any time of the day you wish. It doesn't make any odds. It's a very sort of common thing that ghosts only come out at night. That's not true. Okay, but so just say to him whatever you want to say to him. Okay, and he will get it. Okay, but goodbye doesn't need to be there. Okay. So the 9th month here, Mona, is something that they want me to acknowledge. Okay, somebody passes to the outside of life very, very quickly. So it's either an aneurysm, heart attack, something like that. But I'm getting a bang, 1, 2, 3, boom, I'm on the other side of life. However, they had a couple of warnings to say, hey, listen, you need to get yourself in some sort of shape here, or you need to go to see the doctor, or whatever the case may be. But I'm getting like 2 to 3 warnings in advance. But they kind of didn't pay attention to that. And of course, then the big one comes. So they tell now either your dad and your grandfather have the same name or the same date, but there's a parallel between your dad and an older male they want me to acknowledge. Okay, so your dad or your grandfather, but there's a parallel. So it means they crossed over the same condition. There's the same name connection here or same date, but there's a parallel means two of or same as they want to draw my attention to. I'm also getting a connection to military in specific green. When I see green, that means army. Okay, if I see blue, that means Air Force, Army, and if I see an anchor, obviously naval. But I'm seeing the green uniform, which means Army, but I'm also seeing the uniform connected to World War II, the latter part of World War II. Mona, I'm also supposed to bring to your attention something to do with blood sugar, blood pressure that I'm supposed to draw my attention to. So either they want me to draw my attention to you and say, listen, please be on top of your blood sugar, blood pressure. How I see it is literally a circle of arrows going up and down like that. Okay, that means to be circulation. Okay, so blood pressure, blood sugar, they want me to draw my attention. Please be on top of it. It is fixable. Okay, but if you leave it to the point where it's not fixable, please don't do that because they don't like that. Okay, got it. I'm being told to talk about Tony, Tommy, Tim. There's a strong T connection. They basically want me to say that name out loud. Tony, Tommy, Tim. That kind of a strong T connection. But they're telling me to tell you, don't be the soldier. Don't be the soldier. Okay, so if you're not feeling well, instead of always putting yourself out for other people, take a bit of time back and please get on top of your own. Tim, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're on the 9th card. I always give the card on the number that came out. Mona, here's your card, my darling. Check that out. Oh my goodness, read that message. Look. You will more easily hear and receive your messages if you daydream regularly. Relax and open your mind to receiving without direction, without directing your thoughts. Just notice any feelings, visions, or ideas as if you were watching a movie. This is the seat of creativity. So I said to you, sit down in your chair, have a picture of them in your hand, and just relax. Okay? And out comes the card telling you to do exactly that. I hope that helps you out, my sweetheart. And thanks for being on the show tonight. Don't forget, share the show. Mary, let's have a look at Mary. I'm drawn to Mary's connection here. Mary, when my oldest brother was passing a few years ago, he was fearful and afraid. That's very common, Mary. So don't worry. That's very, very common. Okay. His name came closer. Sorry, as I beg your pardon, I'll reread that because I'm an idiot. As his time came closer, he told his family that our dad and brother who had passed before him were waiting for him. Ah, isn't that amazing? Isn't that beautiful? His daughter and wife told me the peace that came over him was amazing. Yes, very much the case. And he passed with a smile, and we were all full of, and they were all full of peace also. A great gift for us all is to realize our families will be there for us. Mary, you are absolutely 100% accurate. You are absolutely accurate. I'm very, especially people who work in hospitals, they will see this as a patient gets closer to their time. Okay, they will see that patient become calmer, that patient become a little bit more lighthearted, and they'll see the connection. And what a fantastic way for your oldest brother to not only leave this earth and cross into the next, but to leave a gift of peace and tranquility with his family, to allow them to start the healing process almost immediately. Mary, not only is your brother in spirit, but I'm getting another connection over there. So it's either two brothers or a brother and brother-in-law or a brother and cousin, but I'm getting two gentlemen on the same line, same link, same um, generation, sort of connection, contemporary to each other. But there's a cancer connection here that they want me to draw my attention to, because I'm seeing the big C. One gentleman was in and out of hospital 2, maybe possibly 3 times before he passes. On the first time that he was in hospital, there was a possibility that they may be able to do something about it, but the next 2 visits to hospital realized that it kind of gone further than they were able to fix, basically, because I'm seeing it moves out in directions like that, so it spreads throughout the body. There's a strong L name, like Laura, Lucy, Lawrence. There's a strong L name they want me to acknowledge. Remember who they are, who they're with. Please say hi to. Doesn't necessarily mean they've crossed over. But as I'm talking to you, I'm seeing Big Ben. So they want me to draw my attention to the region of London. Okay, not necessarily London town, but that area of the country. So they're trying to draw me over to the east of the country to draw my attention there. I'm being told to tell you, Mary, make sure that your passport's in order. Okay, so either you're talking about a trip, or there's a trip they want me to acknowledge that you're already going to be going on. But I'm being told to tell you, make sure your passport's in order. The words I'm hearing, literally hearing verbatim, are make the visit, make the visit, make the visit, like that. So you were talking about making a visit to a friend, a family member who's getting on in years. They're telling me to say make the visit. They're not saying you need to do it quickly. They're just saying make the visit. Okay. They're telling me to talk about the name Joe, Joseph, Josephine. There's a J-O name they want me to acknowledge. Okay. And they're either telling me to talk about May as being significant here, the month of May, or the 5th of a month is significant. Okay. Once again, 2 connections in that month they want me to draw my attention to. So there's a birthday and an anniversary in that month they want me to draw my attention to. They're also telling me to talk about a recent. Okay, so either we've just come past someone's birthday or anniversary, or they want me to acknowledge a recent birthday and anniversary. whatever the exercise thing is that you're talking about doing or you're getting involved with, just do it gently. Okay. Just do it gently. All right. So we get another idiot jumping in here, like medium spellcaster. That tells you everything, really, doesn't it? Makes you laugh, really. So these people have not been vindicated by me. I wouldn't touch them with a box of frogs. Alrighty. And feel free to report them to Facebook for me. All right. Medium spellcaster. Is that like the difference between a big spellcaster and a small spellcaster? So going back to my darling Mary Caleros Erickson. Okay, listen. Don't live your life in the past, my darling. Live your life. Live your life like a fresh opportunity every day. Okay, don't live in the past. You're doing a wee bit of a. You're not doing it a lot, so I'm not getting really into telling you off here. But you are dragging elements of the past into today and to the future. In other words, yeah, but that happened. Yeah, but that happened. Yes, it happened. Past tense. And the only way it'll happen again is if you bring it forward. Okay, leave the past in the past and learn the lesson, but don't let it inhibit your future. Okay. So the number 5 came up around you, Mary. So give the cards a bit of a shove here. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all of my followers, friends, and fans in Ireland at the minute, especially the north of Ireland, please be careful because I'm being told that it's going to be like -4 tonight. Okay. So please be careful. Okay. So Mary, here's your card, my darling. Look at that. First of all, I always show the picture anyway. Beautiful picture of an angel sitting, and she's hand feeding a kangaroo with a parrot on her hands. Look at that. Giving and receiving is the message. Let me just bring that in. So I'll try and get it to. So if you're reading it, if you're watching it later, there we go. The center of the universe operates in cycles similar to your inhalations and exhalations. When you only exhale, in other words, just give, or only inhale, receive, you become out of rhythm with the universe. For optimal health, energy, and replenishment, balance each inhalation with an exhalation. Can nearly speak. So balance each inhalation in your life with an exhalation. Now, you might turn around and go, that's just a bit of a dumb card. You can't breathe in without breathing out. It doesn't mean that. It means that bring balance to your life. If you're a bit of a giver, please be open to receive. And you think, oh yeah, I'm not too good at receiving. How do you feel when you give to someone else? When you give something away out to someone else, how do you feel? You feel wonderful, don't you? But when you don't give someone else the opportunity to do that for you, you're taking away that gift. Okay? So be open to receiving as well. Mary, thanks for being here tonight. Thank you for your message. It's helped countless people tonight. Thank you. Colleen says, my mother passed away for a couple of minutes. Actually, that's called an NDE, near-death experience. Yours truly's had 2 of those. My wife has had one, and quite a few people that I know have had NDEs. But let's read out Colleen's message. My mother passed away for a couple of minutes one time, and she said she had seen a huge gold light. It was really warm, and a voice telling her that she had to go back, that she wasn't ready. A huge hand reaching out from the light to walk her back. From then on, the experience changed her life. First of all, Colleen, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. That's I'll quickly kind of share mine. I'm not going to go into it in depth because it's in my book. But basically, I was in a room. I was surrounded by people. There's actually a picture in the book showing depicting this. They were healing me because I was, shall we say, very unwell. They were healing me, and then they said it's time to go back, and I went, no, I don't want to go back. They went, you have to go back. It's time to go back. And I said, look, I know you can't make me go back, and I don't want to go back. They went, you're going back. They went, you have work to do. And so one of them touched me on my shoulder. And next thing I know, I'm coming down and I could see my body below me. But it's an NDE, and it's an amazing thing. And as much as I don't want anybody else to experience that, it would be fantastic if everybody did. Because what it taught me was, oh my God, I really need to get my act together here. I have a lot of things that I have to do, but more importantly, I am so happy that I'm back here. The air was sweeter. The sky was bluer. I walked outside of the hospital. It was raining, and I was so happy it was raining. I became that much more cherished with the life I have that it taught me a huge lesson. Okay? I want to share that lesson with you guys, so maybe you don't have to really experience a lesson on a one-to-one basis, but maybe learn from what I experienced. There's quite a few people out there who've experienced the same. My dear friend Roger, he's experienced it as well. That's why I say live for today. Okay, live for today. Enjoy life to the absolute max. Communicate, appreciate, and validate. Validate your life by making it the best you can make it. Colleen, first and foremost, I'm just going to hold my crystals in my hand here while I'm sort of looking at your lovely picture and say, there's a new option coming up around you. Okay, so there's a new choice coming up around you, but don't be frightened about making changes in your life. It's okay. Okay, change, a lot of us don't like change. I'm one of those people, as it happens. But sometimes change is the join between this chapter and the next chapter of your life. Okay, change can bring an immense amount of positivity to it. It's when we drag our fears and stresses and worries with us, it's when it taints that positivity before we move on to the next level. Colleen, there is a change coming up around you where you're going to have to make some, shall we say, slightly tougher decisions, and you're going to have to leave some parts of your life behind. Okay, you're going to have to say, right, I need to focus on this really because this is important and I need to go along with this. That's going to open doors, and that's going to present a new direction for you in your life. And it's coming up very, very soon. I would say within the next month to 2 months. Okay. I don't think there's a surprise to this. So it means that it's something that you're already aware of. Okay. Maybe a change in job, maybe a change in education, something along those lines. But whatever it is, you're going to have to leave a part of your life behind, which is okay. Okay. You would not be presented with this kind of thing if leaving that part of your life behind was wrong. Remember that. I keep seeing a red cross around you, Colleen, which means to me connection to healthcare. Now, if you're going off to train to be a nurse, then there we go. It's all in that nutshell. But a connection to healthcare doesn't necessarily mean nursing, doctors, that kind of thing. It can mean dental, it can mean doctor's practice, it means something or other. Okay, but I just see it as a red cross, a connection to. Okay, whatever that connection is it's strong. It's really good. It feels really, I feel confident in it. Okay. Now, either December was significant because they tell me to talk about the number 12. Okay. I'm getting a connection to a female, all right? But the female comes in on mom's side of the family because I see a pink line. When I see a pink line, it means to be maternal connection, okay? So I'm getting an older female in spirit who, from, shall we say, everyday life to crossing, it was pretty quickly, okay? It was almost like, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go. And off they went. There's a strong name like Elaine, Eileen, strong like E, Elizabeth, Elaine, Eileen, strong E name they want me to draw my attention to as well. Remember what I said? That doesn't necessarily mean that they've crossed over. Who they are, who they're with, please say hi to. Alright? But there's a strong E name. But I will tell you this: there's a guidance around you that is very, like, I feel very fearfully protective of you. Okay, in other words, this nothing's going to happen to you while I'm around. I feel quite fearfully. This person wouldn't have been very, very big in stature, but would have been big in personality and big in sort of overall energy. You know, once she was in a bad mood, you didn't cross her, and you kind of like, okay, step back. But I feel fearfully protective around you, so they want to make sure that you're everything that happened to you isn't going to happen to you in the future. That you're going to be great. You're going to do what you want to do. I will tell you this, though, Colleen: don't live your life for someone else. Think about that. Okay. Oh, I'll do this because that'll help them, or I'll do this because that. No, live your life for Colleen first. Then the energy you create will help those behind you or to the side of you. This lady, oh, Mary, M.A. So it's Mark, Mary, Marie, Martha. I don't know. There's a strong M.A. name here, but they're telling me to acknowledge an energy that didn't really make it here into the world. I see it as sparkle, which means a baby that didn't make it here. That the baby's with them. I'm being told that you want to hear from somebody specifically, but that person is, it's not that they're not around you, but this kind of wouldn't be the format for them. They wouldn't have been a public speaker. They would have been very, shall we say, they wouldn't have aired their dirty linen in public. Not that that would happen here, but they're kind of, this is not their format for coming through. So they're kind of just acknowledge that everybody who's in spirit is there, and they're all, oh, right, okay. I don't know, this is a male on your dad's side of the family, but he would not have believed in what I'm doing. It would have been, no way, no way, rubbish. My mom Diane with one E, and she got mad when it was, but okay, that where the E comes in the play. All right, just goes to show you when the medium gets it right but wrong at the same time. So there we go. Excuse me, water, by the way. Okay. A strong M, Mary was your aunt, Colleen. Okay. That name's been shouted up, but I'm getting an old gentleman around you now, who's stepping forward, and he's shown me. I'm not too sure if you know who Cilla Black is, but anyway, it's a significant sort of thing for me. It means to me, surprise, surprise. It means that they would not have believed in what I do. Okay, under no circumstances would they have connected. Oh, rubbish. And of course, they come through, they show me surprise, surprise. They say, oh my God, it's real. Okay, it's real. This person wouldn't have been what you would call religious per se, but would have went to, say, church or chapel on specific days just to just to be sure, just to kind of like in case. So he would have went at Christmas, he would have went at Easter and times like that, just in case, you know. He wasn't a non-believer, but he wasn't completely wrapped up in it either, that's fine. You don't have to be highly religious to be a good person. I would have felt this gentleman would have been very protective of his family without second thought. But at the same time, in his day, a bit of a boy in his day. I'm getting the slick back kind of rock and roll rocker kind of hair. I'm kind of getting my clothes needed to be cool, looking great. So in his day, he would have been a bit of a dude, and maybe liked a bit of a dance, that kind of a thing. But overall, a nice gentleman, and would have really looked and helped people. Okay. He has a crossing of 3 different things that affects him. So one illness creates another illness, which creates another one. So, for example, something like, I don't know, I say he had liver failure, which caused a cancer, which caused an aneurysm. But it's kind of like one affects the other, affects the other. And he keeps telling me to talk about the rocks or the stones that are important. I don't know what that means. The rocks or the stones are important. 8. August is significant, or the 8th of a month. So I'm getting the number 8. So he wants me to acknowledge August or the 8th of a month is significant. I always say to him, you need to give me a number so I can give her a card. And he just went 8. He just keeps saying, tell her we're all here. We're all here. Now, you said Mary was the MA name, but they're telling me to say there's another one. Okay? They're telling me there's another M they want me to acknowledge. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Oh, wow. Now, there's a reason why you're a first timer here tonight, Colleen. Check that out. Perfect timing. Oh my goodness. Didn't I tell you a little bit earlier about the musical notes? Now is the perfect moment for you to act on your inspirations. The doors are open while you walk through them, with us by your side. Don't delay or procrastinate, as all of the ingredients are ripe for your success. Everything and everyone is on your side, supporting your positive outcome. Wow. I hope that was helpful for you, and thank you for being here on your first visit to the show. Oh yeah, that's the very Irish thing. Call your mum Ma, but that's not it. It's name. It's like Martha, Mark, Martin, Mary. Well, we've already mentioned the Mary, but they said there's another M they want me to acknowledge. Okay, Marie. There's another M name that they want me to draw my attention to, apart from Mary. And calling your mum Ma isn't one. I remember the first time I called my mum Ma. She looked at me. She gave me that look. She didn't have to give me the back of her hand. Just give me the look. The look was enough. Okay, Mom, sorry. Don't call me Ma. Yes, Mom. Oh, gosh, they're all about, aren't they, tonight? They are all over the place tonight. So, Colleen, you're very, very welcome. You are very welcome. Okay, so let's go with the Christine Nolan's in the room tonight. Christine, hi, welcome to the show. Thanks very much for being here. Just going to see if I can get some messages coming in here. Okay. Alrighty, so Sue and Lynn are watching me through YouTube tonight. So you can watch me from YouTube, Facebook, quite a few different sort of outlets tonight. Malachi was on Nana's side. Malachi was my Nana on Dad's side. Ah, okay. So that's the other M. There you go. Pay attention, girl. When they're talking, they don't mind telling you. So let's go back over here and just because I just seen Christine Nolan. She goes, card, please. Doesn't mince her words, or Christine, does she? Card. Idiot. Now. Okay? Don't mess about. Just give me a card. Do you know what? I'm going to do a card for Christine. She can call me an idiot if she wants. She's probably right. So, just going to take a breath and we change. I can't believe, oh my goodness, an hour has gone already. Already an hour. Wow. And the male was my grandfather, says Colleen. The rocks meant the rock of Polynesia. My dad is from Niue. And they call it the rock. Wow. Okay. Okay. Well, first of all, exceptionally well done, Colleen, for getting those links. Oh, okay. It's funny, this card just jumped out of the deck, and I'm going to share that with her now. That's amazing on the rocks there. Christine, weirdly enough, Christine says, card, please. Oh, idiot. Card, now. And there's the card that comes out. Check that out. So, Christine, that's the card that comes out for you tonight. Assertiveness. Okay, so I'm just going to try and get it to focus on this camera. You know, you spend a fortune on these cameras, and they get all peculiar with you when you're trying to get them to... Oh, there we go. So, there we go. This situation can be healed gently and with love, as you've requested. Yet, there's also a need for your strength and your truthfulness with the other people involved. We will stand right behind you as you speak your truths and giving strength and guidance to your words. There you go. Hopefully that was helpful for you, my darling. And since you put in, Christine, since you put in the message, I haven't seen you since. So Colleen says, my mom was Irish. There you go. See, that's the good part of you, Colleen. That's the good blood that runs through you. Debbie White's joined us. Debs, hi, welcome to the show. Jojo Waltz joined us. Lovely to see you guys. Don't forget to share the show. It's important that we build up the numbers because, you know, at the end of the day, this is what it's all about, sharing and working together. Now, kind of coming up in a wee while, but first of all, I need to tell you guys tonight, I'm coming to you from UPRN, the United Public Radio Network, and that is coming to you live on 105.3 and 107.7 FM, all the way from beautiful New Orleans tonight. Coming out to you on those wonderful FM airwaves, slipping gently into wherever you're listening to me, be it in your car, on your cell phone, or wherever, but wherever it is, please be safe while you're listening. Come and join us here on the show. If you're listening to us on FM, don't forget you can be a part of the seminars I'm teaching coming at the end of the month on how to meet your guides. Best way to find that out is go to my website, www.paulfrancis, that's C-I-S, not C-E-S. C-I-S is male, C-E-S is female. So www.paulfrancis111.com, and you can find out how you can be a part of these seminars. And so Christine says, thank you, Paul. Very apt to where I'm at. All right, Christine. Anytime, my darling, if I can help. Sue says, hey, idiot, can I ask you a question? Can I ask a question for myself? I love the way she said it, for myself, because she's from the Southwest now. Can I ask a question for myself? Yeah, wait on. I'm having spinal surgery and wanted to know, will my guide be with me? Okay, what a fantastic question. First and foremost, let me tell you here and now that not only will your guides be with you, but your angels, healing angels, will be with you as well. Your guides, your master guide never leaves you. When you come to my seminars, I'll be introducing you primarily to your master guide. No, actually, very first person you get to meet when you're coming to my seminar is your gatekeeper. Very important person in your life. Okay, they are the ones that keeps the gate protected, and the gate from this world to the next and back, from this to the spiritual world and back. Then I'll be taking you on a journey where you'll get to meet your guides. The first person you get to meet is your master guide. Okay, that's the person who's been with you all of your life. And then other guides will come into play as well. Now, there will be parts and times of your life, and this will be all part of the seminar, where you kind of feel, oh my God, it's gone. Everything's gone. I feel lonely. I feel all on my own. What the heck's going on? I refer to that as a change of guard. That's when the guides, the other guides who've come into play, have been a part of your life to help you learn particular lessons. And once you've discovered and learned those lessons, they then move on. And a new set of guides come in. And I call that change of guard. So during that change of guard, there is sometimes a feeling of loneliness, and like you feel very kind of bewildered and on your own, and you know, what the heck's going on? While there's a change of energy going on around you. Don't worry, that's very, very common. Okay. So yes, your guides will be with you, Sue, while you're going through that operation. And trust me, we're going to be sending you loads and loads of healing energy as well. But you have healing angels like Jophael. Call upon Jophael, who will come and help you and work with you as well. And other angels, have we look on varied angel websites for angels of healing, and they will come and help you. Alrighty. Also, you can request healing from guides, and there are particular guides, and especially connected into Reiki and places like that, who will help that energy focus into you and for you and with you, and help you recover quicker. Okay. Great question, by the way, and thanks for sharing that with us. I was kind of linking in there, but I wasn't linking in with your husband, or your husband who's crossed. I was linking in with an older male that kind of wants to cradle you, okay? Because I keep seeing a cradle. Alrighty. So I'm not going to automatically assume anything. I will share the information. It's like me giving you the pieces of the puzzle, and then you gotta put them together in your life at where they should be. So I'm giving you the pieces of the puzzle. I get an older male who's he's not standing to your side, he's standing older to you. So maybe a brother or a father figure, grandfather figure. But he keeps showing me a cradle. Okay, so whether or not he wants me to talk about you being his daughter, or he's the one who made the cradle, I don't know, but there's a cradle here that's going on he wants to draw my attention to. He keeps telling me to talk about 7 and 11. So July and November are significant, or the 7th of a month and the 11th of a month, or the 11th of July. I don't know. But the numbers come up one as spaced than the other. So 7/11. 7th of November, the 11th of July, or they were talking about July and November as being significant. He keeps telling me to talk about the rose as being significant. Okay, so I'm seeing this beautiful, very not fully bloomed white rose. So it's kind of the roses, the petals are closed and some of the petals are open. Very beautiful. I'm actually getting a real distinctive fresh rose smell going on around me right now as we're speaking. I'm hearing the name, but it's a C or K name, like Christopher, Christine, C or a strong C or K sounding name. They want me to draw my attention to. Remember who they are, who they're with, please say hi to. And they want me to acknowledge somebody's connected to or has a problem with dental at the moment because my teeth are vibrating. So they draw my attention to the jawbone or the teeth here that need to be sorted out or dealt with. That's my worst nightmare. I have a massive fear of the dentist. It was inbred from when I was very, very young. So oh my God, my dad, I was £7.11 born. Wow, they're being very specific tonight, aren't they? You were born and you were £7.11 when you were born. So you're a tiny little button of a thing. Just think, you were the same weight as 2 bags of sugar. 3 bags of sugar. So he's very significant. So it's your dad who's around you tonight. Okay. I don't know whether you were talking about whether you've inherited his illness. Okay. But he's telling me to go, no. And he's telling me, when I get the finger wagging, that's you getting told off. And you are getting told off because he's telling me to talk about whether you think that you're coming up on a specific birthday or a specific year. Are you going to be crossing over roughly around the same time? That's not the case. Okay, that was connected to somebody else. Now, how I know what they mean is this is the year. This year, my birth date, in other words, 59, is the year that my mom passed. And I used to think, oh my God, am I going to get past 59? You know, am I going to go in 59? Until a really very, very good medium friend of mine told me off in a big way and said, Paul, that was your mom's journey, not yours. Get your head out of your butt and get on with life. Okay. So, and so when I see that particular conversation, that means they want me to say that you think you're coming up on a date that somebody else crossed on. Are you going to make it past that date? And the answer is yes. I'm being told to tell you, never mind your back issues, I'm being told to tell you to get your dancing shoes on. Okay? You're a bit of a dancer from what I've been told. I don't want to make you sound jokey because do you remember a show back in the 80s called Fame, where they had the leg warmers and the colorful hair bands, and I'm seeing that. So I'm getting the whole Fame thing going on. I want to live forever. I want to learn how to fly. Hey, that being chill. I mean, giving that. I'm supposed to talk about the dainty bracelet with the crystals or the diamonds in it. The dainty bracelet with the crystals or diamonds in it. I'm supposed to draw my attention to that. I'm supposed to say jewelry cannot be enjoyed while it's locked away. If you have something so beautiful, how can you enjoy it if it's locked away and you don't want to take it out? Oh, that's such and such and such. I'm not taking that out. Well, how can it be enjoyed? How can it be remembered if it's locked away? That's what I'm being told to tell you. I'm supposed to say tiger eye or eye of the tiger. Tiger eye or eye of the tiger. Laughing his head off, by the way. Laughing his head off. Because once again, there's no way he would have believed this. Now, I did say to you guys at the beginning of the show tonight, I was a little bit prickly in my demeanor tonight. I'm going to go for 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Some of you might have noted a flashing light around there. If I push there and you can see like an in there, it's because I've got a heart monitor on tonight. Last week I had severe pains with my, and they we don't like that. Get your butt in here. So I got a blooming heart monitor on, and it's horrible. It's making me feel crap. So release and surrender, my darling. Okay, let me just get that right up. There we go. Release and surrender. We shower you with blessings of our radiant love. Open your arms and release the challenges that you have held tightly gripped with your hands. Open your hands and arms and heart to our love and its assistance. Okay? Those are the healing rays of light coming to you, darling. Okay? There you go, my darling. So I want to say a welcome to Marie and welcome to you guys. And once again, if I haven't been drawn to you, it doesn't mean I'm ignoring you. I will do some cards at the end of the show, so everybody gets a read tonight. So that's important. I do hope that you guys are enjoying the show. I do hope you guys are sharing the show. It's vital that you do that. Okay, we need as many people to come and join in and be a part of this tonight, and always so we can keep this going. Okay. So coming up, I'll be back with you guys this coming Thursday night. That's Thursday the 19th, and that will be in UK time. Here in the UK, it'll be 11 p.m., but it will be 6 p.m. Eastern. So if you're in the United States, it comes to you on drive time, coming to you on 105.3, I hadn't forgotten really, and 107.7 FM from New Orleans. Drive time, that's coming Thursday night. Kim, welcome to the show. Lovely to see you. Thanks very much for being here. So if I haven't given you guys a card, so that's Debbie White, because Debbie asked me, and Joe Walsh has asked me, and Maria's asked me. So if I haven't been drawn to you, I can't just decide you're going to get a read. I need to be drawn to you. And I have said over and over and over and over, the best way to get a reading is ask a question, because you're opening energy between yourself, me, and them. And it makes the communication that much more stronger. Okay, so the best thing to do is ask a question, and the likelihood of you getting a response fairly high. Okay, so if you're reading, if you have come to the show tonight, and if you look along the bottom of my screen, it will say contact Paul at paulfrancis111.com for private and group sessions and seminars. So if you'd like to be, if you want a one-to-one, that's no problem at all. Contact me and we can arrange a one-to-one. All my one-to-ones until we move into the new offices are going to be what's called virtual. And basically, I'll be here doing a read like this. You'll see me, I will see you, and I will hear you. And it'll be, the only thing difference is you're not in the same room as me, that's all. But it also means I can do one-to-one reads for people anywhere in the world. Okay, that's the good thing about it. Faye says, you are in our prayers, Paul. Continued healing and good. Bless your hearts. Thank you so much, Faye and Roger. I very much appreciate you guys. So don't forget, where are we? Today's Monday. So Wednesday night, you will have Roger and Faye's show, which is coming on Wednesday evening. And that's Latino Psychic Visions, 7:30 p.m. And I don't know what part of the world that is, or what time zone that's in. But I do highly recommend the show. And in case if you miss them, you'll be able to get them on Saturday as well. Oh, look, another one. Okel Dockle Hockle Dougal Dougal Dum. Another idiot has jumped in. Let's block him and report him to Facebook already. What a prat. Yeah, I'm not the great. I've got this thing in my chest and it's annoying the life out of me. And but I know the doctors need it, so I'm just going to kind of deal with it. Just as a matter of course, if you get these idiots jumping in here telling you to link in with them, don't. Pretty much 100% of them are scams already. Unless I've said to you, this is a person you do want to go and listen to or go and watch, then don't. Okay, and especially if they jumped in on a show like that on mine. They're very often coming from South Africa or Africa, and they're scams. Okay, their whole concept is to rip you off. Do not connect in with them. Okay. Then people like Roger and Faye, I will say definitely go and watch their show and be a part of that. Like for example, directly after this show tonight, again, there are some fantastic shows coming up, and you will have Michelle and Amelia on the Iron Realm. Sorry. Bits and pieces are falling apart here. So you got the Iron Realm coming up later on, and Michelle and Amelia running that. I would wholeheartedly say watch them, especially Amelia. She's a brilliant medium, actually. That being said, now we're approaching the end of the show. Would you believe? I can't believe it goes so fast. Boom, hour and a half just gone. I'm in talks this week about whether we change the time of Spirit Quest. In other words, bring it a bit earlier in the daytime for us, so around about 8 p.m. for us here in the UK, but 3 p.m. in the United States. So if that's the case, then don't worry. We'll let you guys know well in advance. Now, for those of you who didn't get a reading tonight, I'm going to do 2 cards. 2. Okay. Now, everybody, including those of you who did get readings tonight, you can still choose the card. But I don't want you to guess the card, okay? Actually, do you know what? I'm going to do 3. When I said 2, I kind of got a weird feeling. And as I said, 3, I got a settlement feeling. So they want me to do 3 cards. I will be doing 3 cards, so feel the card. Don't try and guess it. Don't go, shall I go for 1, 2? Feel what you're drawn to, okay? Feel the cards. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. So I've got 3 cards in front of me right now. 3. So just close your eyes, take a good long deep breath, and as you breathe out, just let the number come to you and just say, like, please show me the card, please show me the message you want me to receive tonight. As we approach the end of the show, I might go a little bit over time, and if I'm bugging somebody else, I'm really, really sorry, but I need to get on with this now. So if you're drawn to card number one, for all of you people who are going to be watching this show later, if you're drawn to card number one, the message is listen. Listen. Okay? Quieten your mind, beloved one, and listen to our gentle reassurance that everything has been taken care of. Stay in a quiet and receptive state without worrying about the exact nature of your desired manifestation. A quiet mind and body hears us quickly and clearly. This is our request to you. Listen. Okay, that was card number one. So Debbie, that was for you. So she just said one. So if you think that's what mediums do, we quieten down right down, and we shut off our mind noise, and we open our hearts and minds and our energies to connections from spirit. So that first card, listen, is very much how we do. Card number two, you might have a heart attack, Lynn, because it's wedding. Check that out. Okay, I'm just going to bring it back. Oh my goodness, camera's having a wee bit of a hissy fit tonight. Okay, come on, camera. Come on, there you go. Wedding. Marriage is the union of two souls joined in love, mutual respect and commitment. It signifies a desire to deepen your love over time. Your wedding day is a testament to your well-founded faith in love's power. Continually breathe life into that faith and love, oh dearest one. So continue to breathe life into that faith in your love for another person or another people, oh dearest one. So that's an interesting one for those of you who chose number two. And number three, right? If you chose card number three, cleanse and detoxify. Okay, so cleanse and detoxify. With great love and respect, we ask you to detoxify your precious and sensitive body. At your request, we will help you to develop life-affirming ways to deal with stress, as well as easing sorrows and shedding your old ways. Give us your cares, worries, and concerns, and feel the beautiful grace of your newly purified body. That's an amazing card. Cleanse and detoxify. It's amazing that Sue was drawn to that one, isn't it? It's about fixing your body. There you are, Sue. Told you the angels would be around you. Ladies and gentlemen of the world, thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for your support. Thank you for listening to my name dribble. And I do hope it brings you some sort of peace, tranquility, and understanding. It is important to tell you to communicate, appreciate, and validate everyone in your life, so medium never has to do it for you. Don't be ever in that position where you never got the opportunity to say goodbye. However, if that has been the case, it was very likely designed to do it that way. Okay, so don't knock yourself back. Big, huge thank you to the lovely people that's Joe, Michelle, and Amelia of United Public Radio Network, 105.3 and 107.7 FM from New Orleans. I will be back this coming Thursday night. That's Thursday, the 19th of January. And I will be back at 6 p.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. UK time. And take some time out of every day just for yourself. Take time out every day just for you. A very minimum 15 minutes. Sit quiet, open your mind, your heart, and your spirit, and I promise you, you will start to receive some amazing connections. Those of you who want to, come and join me on the seminars at the end of the month. The very first seminar will be how to meet your guides. And in that, I'll be teaching you meditation techniques, breathing techniques, links to your gatekeeper and your guides. And I promise you, it'll be a fantastic seminar. There'll be a day seminar and there'll be a weekend seminar, whatever one you want to sign up for. I'll be very happy to have you on board. Faye says, thank you, Paul, for this very meaningful session of Reach Across. Lots of fantastic messages. Oh, thank you guys for supporting me. You do that every week, week in, week out, and I cannot tell you how important you guys are in my life. Thank you very much for being a part of my life, all of you, and thank you for all of your support in the past and for the days to come. And until I see you again, I'm going to wish you a beautiful, wonderful good night or good afternoon. And remember, every day is a brand new opportunity to start again. Everything can happen. Everything is possible. It's just up to you to say, if it's to be, it's up to me. Until I see you again, good night, God bless, and have a fantastic day.